Hey everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to November's manga haul. So as always, what we're going to do is we are going to go through publisher by publisher, starting with the brand new releases that happen throughout the month of November, and then we're going to go ahead and go on to the other things that I picked up in November. So we're going to start off with Viz Media, I think, with their new releases, because there's quite a few this month. And the first one that we've got is Wolf Girl and Black Prince Volume 4. I really like this series because the main characters are kind of like, they're not like super sweet, and they're not like nicey nice, at least like this guy here. He is an absolute dick. Just to put it like bluntly. So this is about a girl who, what's her name? Erica. So she has these typical like stereotypical girls that like all they care about is the boyfriends, like what gifts they've got them, and they're very like self-absorbed and quite shallow. And she's trying to like keep up appearances with those, so she tells them that she has a boyfriend when she doesn't. So when they are like hounding her for pictures of said boyfriend, while she's out and about, she takes a picture of a random guy, and he also happens to go to their school. When he finds out that that's what's happened, he agrees to play along and pretend to be her boyfriend in exchange for her basically being his dog, and he quite openly says that she is his dog and everything. So he's not the most pleasant guy, but in volume 4 we are sort of like seeing like a few moves between the two, a few like softer sides to this guy. He is still a bit of a dick, but it is a really good story. Like, I am enjoying it so far, and I enjoyed this volume as well. So yeah, there seems to be like a few cracks in the armor, but it's not going to be an easy ride for Erica, who has been like catching real feelings. So we're gonna have to see how this one goes. Next we have like a Butterfly Volume 3. This is a super cute story. This is about a girl who is known as Flower because she's basically mute. Well, she like doesn't talk to people because she often gets hounded by guys because she's like really cute. So rather than like interact with these people, she just keeps herself to herself, and she's got to the point where she like basically doesn't talk to people. She sees this guy who, what's his name, Tachi, who he is in the like martial arts club, and she's basically like caught feelings with him. He is kind of in the same boat as her as regards to like being super shy, not knowing how to talk to girls, and that sort of thing. So like he finds himself like quite uncomfortable as well, like trying to speak to people. But he's been sort of like, them two have been sort of like getting a little bit closer. We saw the festival in the last volume, so we're sort of seeing like the aftermath of like all of that in this volume. Super cute. I highly recommend it if you are wanting something like that is, like I say, just on the adorable side. Then definitely go ahead and pick up this series. Then we have a series I absolutely adore, and that is My Special One Volume 4. I love this series so much. This is super cute. This is like idol and random girl basically. So if you are into idol stories as well, or like idol shoujos, then this is for you absolutely. So this is about Shoko. She's very much like not interested in romance or that sort of stuff, and then she comes across this idol that goes into her Kota, who goes into their family restaurant. They sort of like meet that way, and now they are like set in their sort of like, well, they're sort of settling in their ways of like relationship together, and I just have to say that their bond is like so precious. Like, they support each other so much. They're like green flags to each other, and it's absolutely adorable. And they're sort of like trying to maneuver in a world where people aren't gonna see their relationship as a good thing and gonna try and get in the way of like their relationship. But so far their bond seems like really sturdy, and they're basically not gonna listen to like these outside people and what they think. Like, they really have each other's back, and it is so sweet. But yeah, I really like this series. Next we have a brand new series that I have been so eager to get my hands on, and that is Sakura Saku. This is the same author as Ohara Ride, which I like absolutely adore that series so much that I was really like eager to get my hands on this, and luckily it was an early release as well. So this is about Saku, who basically she's on the train one day, she starts to feel like really ill, and ends up like collapsing on the train, and there's a stranger that basically like helps her, gets her like to safety, and all that sort of stuff. And when she comes to, like, they've left a message, and all that she knows is like his name. She's been trying to find him to like say like thank you for basically like helping her and saving her. And it really like changed her outlook on life and like how she treats other people, and she basically never turns a blind eye to anyone in need. So with that in mind, she's been trying to find this person that helped her, and she's not really had any luck until she goes into high school and she meets a boy with the same surname. It turns out to be his brother, so she is like, please like get me in touch with him, I need to thank him. But the brother is basically like shutting her down, and he's like, no. My brother gets like a lot of requests from people like, I'm not interested. So this is about that. And you just know it's like gonna be like so good. Like, I really enjoyed this first volume, like it was very good. And like I said, I've got high expectations because like I really like this author's work. So yeah, great first volume, I enjoyed it. So yeah, it's early release, so go ahead and pick it up. Then we have a series that I'm so behind on, and they're coming out so quick, and I said that I would catch up, and I just haven't had the time to catch up yet. But that is the Elusive Samurai Volume 9. We're already on Volume 9, so this is the same creator as Assassination Classroom. I really do like the artwork in this. Like, it's very clean, and I really like that. But yeah, I just haven't had the chance to catch up with this. Trying to keep on top of like new releases and stuff, but then like having to like catch up on all of these volumes. Like I say, they're coming out so quick. From what I have read, because I have read a few volumes, I have really enjoyed this. But yeah, it's just finding the time to like pick it up and try and like binge through it all now. Then we have, I'm not going to stay on this too long. I know there's a lot of pain around this right now, so I'm not going to stay on it too long. So the next one is Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 21. That's all I'm going to say. The next volume is out. This is an early release as well. I believe it was originally supposed to come out in January. Not sure, I might be getting mixed up there, but this is out now as well. But we're moving on from that. Next we have another series that I really enjoy, and that is Dark Gathering. This is volume 4. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but I do really enjoy this series. So this is about, what's his name? Kitaro, who basically is a magnet for not very nice spirits, and he often gets like attacked, which has caused him to basically be shut in for years. However, his best friend, who's also like been with him since like day one, she basically helped to bring him out, get him out back into the world again. And she introduces him to her cousin, younger cousin, who for a like tutoring job. And this cousin has an ulterior motive, because she is actually like trying to find these spirits, these not very nice spirits, like she has like a specific reason for like trying to find these spirits, but I'm not gonna go into that too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But this is a great series. Not only is it like that supernatural, like quite scary and quite unnerving, like creepy story, it also has like a real life like creepiness to it as well, with like other stuff that's happening as well for Katara. But yeah, I really enjoy this series, so I'm super excited to get into this one as well, because like I said, I have really been enjoying this, and it's a good like supernatural, like spirits, ghosts, like that sort of thing. So if that sounds like up your street, then I highly recommend this. Like, it's a great series. Then we have volume 2 of Twisted Wonderland. Like, this is fine, like I've been enjoying it. We are starting to see more characters from the rest of the dorm, like the vice president and stuff like that. There's a trouble that is kicking off regarding to the students, the headmaster, the head dorms of like rules. Like they're starting to get like quite a lot of friction between those. We see the aftermath of what happened when they went and tried to get the Major Stone in the first volume. It is good. I really like the artwork, like everyone's so pretty in this. We also get a bit of like background on the other houses as well, which is quite interesting, and sort of like what their magical abilities are and everything. So this is about a guy who gets basically isekai'd into this world where into this school where every student there is picked for their like magical abilities to obviously enroll there. However, this guy who got isekai'd there, that got sucked in, he has no magical abilities whatsoever, but they couldn't send him back, so he's basically acting janitor at the minute. So it's about him and of course the students in the dorms and the other classes and everything. Like I say, it's not like too in depth of the story so far, but it is still enjoyable. It's quite nice to like read, and it is quite good that we're getting to see like more characters now and getting a bit of background about this place as well. Then we have Chojin X Volume 4. Now, if you remember when I got the first couple of volumes of this, I wasn't like super stoked on this series. Like, I was kind of like a bit on the fence, but by the end of volume 3, my days, I was sold on this. And like volume 4, I really enjoyed as well. We sort of see bit of the aftermath of like what was happening at the end of volume 3. Like, that's all kicking off. Like, the plot is thickening. We get introduced to what I believe is going to be like obviously like one of the main antagonists in the story as well. So yeah, things are starting to ramp up on this. Like I say, it took me a couple of volumes. Like by the end of volume 3, it took me to be like really invested in this story. It's the same creator as Tokyo Ghoul, so if you like Tokyo Ghoul, I'm sure you'll enjoy this as well. So this is about Chojins, which is basically people who awaken to have like magical abilities. Like, often a lot of them have like beast related powers or elemental related powers, that sort of thing. But yeah, like 3 and 4 is where it like really starts to ramp up, at least in my opinion. Then we have a series that I really do like, and that is volume 2 of Heart Gear. So this is about Rogue and Chrome, who are off on a little adventure. It's in a world where there's these things called gears, which is basically kind of like robots. And each gear has like a specific role. So you get like butlers, maids, doctors, you get the combat gears as well that are used for fighting. And in this world, these gears kind of like lost control and sort of basically wiped out humanity. So everything's like pretty much in chaos. However, Rogi, she is a human girl. Circumstances, different events like led her to discover this other gear called Chrome. And they're off on this like little adventure because they have a specific mission that they're trying to complete. So in this volume they discover a place called Valhalla, which is basically like a huge coliseum where gears go to fight. And it's a very scary place, but yeah. And we also see Chrome Rogues, like they are sort of like their lives are becoming more and more in danger as they go on, and a few gears are starting to pick up on their presence and starting to get interested in them, so things are going to start to get like very risky for these guys. But I really do like this series. It's a fun series, very interesting story, very interesting characters as well. I like the artwork's very pretty. And there is like a good amount of action that happens in here. But yeah, so I really like this series. So that's everything we have for Viz. Next we're going to move on to Yen Press and Eins Press as well, because we've actually got a few releases from those as well this month. The first one is a super cute series that I really love, and that is Me and My Beast Boss. This is adorable. It's kind of like a modern office set, like Beauty and the Beast type situation. So this is in a world where there are beast folk and humans. Humans are seen lowest of the low, and basically take like a lot of trash from the beast folk, and then there's like these dominant beast folk who are like the CEOs of the world and like run businesses. I really are like the top dogs. And this is about Saki, who is a human, and she's really competent at her job in the office, but her fellow like beast folk take all the glory about her work, like change the names on reports and stuff like that. Like really not nice things happen to her. However, the CEO of the company picks up that she's really competent, really likes her work, and so decides to take her on as his like personal assistant. However, his presence is really intimidating, and even like a lot of the beast folk find it like really hard to be in his presence. But Saki is really determined to prove that like she deserves to be by Mr. Atlas's side, and that, you know, she is competent and she should be there. Their relationship and the way that like Mr. Atlas like sticks up for Saki is like so freaking adorable. Even though he's like this big intimidating like character, he's like always got her back, and it's so freaking adorable. In this one there is a bit of drama with like a third party trying to come in and trying to mess up the dynamic of their working, to try and get in between obviously Saki and Mr. Atlas, and trying to push her out, because obviously they don't think that she deserves to be there. Super cute. Like, go and pick this up. Like I say, volume 2 out now. Love this series. Next one we have is Lord Hades' Ruthless Marriage. So I really just got this one, so I haven't had a chance to read this yet. But, like, look at the cover. I really like the cover of this. So this is about Hades, who is basically like forever single. People still starting to like talk and be like, isn't that kind of weird? So he basically like gets shot in the face with an arrow by Eros to obviously go and find love So it sounded really fun. Like I say, that the like artwork on the front is really beautiful, so I'm really like intrigued to get into this one, see how it is. But it sounded like it would be a really fun read. Then we have Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout Volume 2. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet because this has only just like hit the doorstep as well. I did enjoy the first one, like it was fine. So this is kind of like a bit of a gender bender series, isekai series, where two guys get isekai'd into another world, and one of them gets turned into an absolute dreamboat of a lady, and one of their like powers is to be able to, you know, flutter their eyelashes and make anyone like fall in love with them. They are like best friends, they've known each other for a while, so it gets quite awkward. But yeah, like I say, like the first volume was fine, so I haven't read this one yet, so I'm intrigued to see whether, like, you know, I enjoy the series a bit more with this one. But yeah, so we'll see after I've read this one. Then we have Associate Professor Akira Takazuki's Conjecture, however you say that. Sure, I just butchered that. Volume 2. This is manga. There is a light novel as well, so just be aware. I really enjoyed the first volume. So this is about the professor who teaches like a folklore lecture. And he is like absolutely absorbed in the world of like urban myths, folklore, that sort of thing. And he's teaching this class, and Naoya has a very special ability where he can detect people's lies, and he's very drawn to this professor because he can tell that he never lies. He always means what he says, so he's very drawn to him, and he basically like becomes his like little part-time assistant to go out and find these folklores, these urban myths, and to see if there's any like truth behind them. Like I say, I really enjoyed the first volume, so I'm really excited to get into the second one. It was very interesting, and I can't wait to see like what other like love mysteries they come across. Then we have a GL from Young Press. We have a Kiss the Scars of the Girls. This is a vampire GL. It's quite cute. So this is about a school, all-girls school, where they're all vampires. And on their 14th birthday, they get basically assigned a big sister that's to like show them the ropes, show them like how to find blood, what to do, all that sort of stuff. However, this is about Amelia. She gets assigned her big sister. However, the big sister is not interested in having like a little sister and teaching someone like the ways. So this is about her trying to like break down her walls and trying to like become close to her. There's a few like things that happen in this, like attacks and stuff like that, which leads to other like situations and stuff. And Amelia could have quite a sticky situation on her hands regarding one of the other girls. Like I say, it's quite cute, quite interesting. I'm intrigued to see where it goes, because it sounds like it's gonna get like I say, it's gonna get pretty scary, depending on the actions of this other girl as we go on in the series. And then we have Tsubaki Shu Lonely Planet Volume 5, another series that I absolutely flipping adore. So this is the same creator as Daytime Shooting Star and In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. Do I still say that wrong? I think I still say that wrong. You know which one I mean. So this is Volume 5. This is about what's her name? Akatsuki, who no. This is about Fumi. So basically it's like a situation where parents aren't around, there's debt, she's like obviously trying to make her way in the world, trying to get through school, all that sort of stuff. And she's introduced to a living maid role for a novelist. So she thinks, great, I can work, earn money, I don't have to worry about rent or a place to like live. Sounds great. So she takes it up and she becomes the living maid for this novelist. However, things, of course, she starts to catch feelings for this novelist. I mean, have you seen him? Who wouldn't? But he's like a very reserved and doesn't get close to people. But there's these like little things that happen between the two that is like freaking adorable, like make your heart skip a beat situation. So of course she ends up falling in love with him. Like, this is a great volume, guys. This is like the volume of like the turning point, possibly. So yeah, I love this series. If you like any of this creators' other work, then go ahead and pick this up. I also liked that there was like, this is just like a minor little thing, but they go out, but she's wearing this t-shirt. I don't want to spoil anything, but if I can show you, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but she's wearing like this t-shirt in this volume, and it says Daytime Shoot Star on it, which is like kind of cute. But yeah, I love this series. I absolutely love this series. This is like fueling my like little obsession with like shoujo manga. Next we have the one that kicked off my shoujo obsession, and that is Honey Lemon Soda Volume 4. Oh my god, guys, this is so adorable. I love this. Like, I cannot tell you how much I love this series. It is a commitment. Like volume 23 came out in Japan, so this is like an ongoing series, and like time passes quite slowly in this. Like, there isn't like weeks and months and stuff that like happen in a volume. It's like literally like a day, a couple of days. So we see the school festival happening in this one to see how that goes. Obviously super cute stuff happens in this. Couple of moments that like kind of like make your heart hurt a little, but I freaking love this series, and it's like one of these that like I reread on my list. Like, it's adorable, absolutely adorable. But yeah, so this is a high school romance that is so cute. Go pick it up if you're interested in shoujo or romance. Like, go pick it up. Okay, next we are gonna go on to Ice Press. Now, I got all but one of these like together like very recently, so I haven't like managed to get through these. But the first one is a new series, and that is the Star Seekers. I love this like little holographic like writing that they've done on here. Obviously these are full colour. So this is in a world where there are like idol groups, and they're like set into two tiers. So you've got your tier 2, which is like your absolutely basic, no one really wants to go see them. And then you've got the tier 1s who have magical abilities, and they like obviously like put on the shows. They're the ones that get like the gigs, the fans, the publicity, all that sort of stuff. So this company invested in this group. However, none of them like manifested their like magical abilities. So yeah, the company is like not happy with them because they invested like 7 billion won or something, or whatever. It's crazy amount of money into these guys. So yeah, they're not having like the best of times, and they get asked to fill in for this like show that's happening. But obviously they like getting criticized by the other like people that are there, like, ew, why is the tier 2 here? So there's a massive like attack that happens while they are like doing their like performance, and one of them unleashes a huge magical ability while on stage, which of course changes everything. This is actually a really good like volume. I really enjoyed it. The like magical ability like side of it kind of reminded me a little bit of Paradox Live, I think it's called, the anime, with the like, you know, using the magic on stage to like put on the shows and everything. But yeah, I enjoyed this volume. Like, it was really good. So if you're interested in like idol like stories as well, like with obviously like the magic twist, then I do highly recommend this one. Next we have Villains Are Destined to Die Volume 5. These covers are so pretty. Like I say, I've not read this yet. I'm still missing Volume 1, so I haven't read this series at all, but I do plan to pick up Volume 1. I'm going to see if we can try and get it like in the sales or whatever. But yes, Volume 5 came out. These seem to be coming out fairly quick as well. And then we have another new series. We have The Villainess Turns the Hourglass. I know there's like quite a lot of hype around this one. I remember when Ice Press was first announced, and there was like loads of comments. I remember seeing loads of comments for people who wanted this license, and then they finally announced it like not that long ago actually, and it's finally here. Like I said, I've not had a chance to read this one yet, but I'm excited to get into it and like see what all the hype is about. And then we have A Business Proposal, volume 3. I really enjoyed the first 2 volumes of this. Like I said, I've not had a chance to get round to this one yet. So this is about a friend who is refusing to go out on another blind date, so she basically bribes and buys her friend to go out on this blind date. However, the guy turns out to be someone that this person knows, and it all goes south very, very quickly. However, the guy that she meets on this blind date is determined to marry whoever it is that shows up, so he can shut up his, I think it's his granddad, so you can shut him up about, like, you know, trying to get married, have kids, all that like nonsense. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first 2 volumes. I'm intrigued to see like where the turning point is going to be in this story. Like, are they like actually going to fall in love? Who knows? So I'm excited to read this one. Then we have volume 2 of Not So Wicked Stepmom. I really liked the first volume of this as well. Like, this was so cute, so I'm excited, like really excited to get into this one. So this is about Abigail, who is perceived as like the wicked stepmom. Like, she's done some like not very nice things, and like everyone around her hates her, particularly her stepdaughter, who is this absolute little cutie. But yeah, so one day this lady who makes like children's clothing wakes up in Queen Abigail's body. She is the complete opposite, and she is like, she's got some of her memories from like Abigail, and she is like, what the hell? So she's basically trying to turn her story around because she knows it's not going to end well for her. So she's trying to change like her life around and try and like change the opinions of those around her. She is absolutely smitten with her stepdaughter, and all she wants to do is make really cute like clothes and dress her up and give her anything that she wants in the world. Super cute, like very fun read. I really did enjoy this. Some of the like situations are funny, and like when she's like happy and excited and she's like laughing, she's really happy inside, but like it's seen to others that she's doing like a really like evil laugh and like all that sort of stuff, so it's like quite funny to see. But yeah, I highly recommend this one. It's like a really great read. Then we have volume 4 of The World After the Fall. This is like in the same vein as Tomb Raider King and Solo Leveling, so if you're enjoying this from Ice Press as well, you probably enjoy this. I was like lukewarm with the first like couple of volumes, however again by volume 3 like I was sold on this, or was it at the end of volume 2? It took me 2 or 3 volumes and I was sold on this. Like, I really enjoyed it, particularly the last volume. So I'm very interested to like see where this is going. Like, things are like ramping up. It seems that our protagonist has possibly met his match with this new anime that's appeared. Like I say, if you enjoy Solo Leveling and Tomb Raider King, that's sort of like in that vein, then I'm sure you'll enjoy this as well. So that was everything from Yen Press and Ice Press. So we're going to move on to like a few random publishers that have like a few volumes. I didn't realize like how many actually like new volumes were this month. There's quite a few. So moving on to June, we have 1 volume from June, and that is Depth of Field. I really liked this. It's a 2-volume series. This was a really good like BL. So this is Hayakawa. So one day he goes up to the roof and he sees this other guy there, Kono, and they basically like start to become friends. Connor is kind of like more of the reserved guy. He's really into photography, whereas what's his name, Hayakawa, he is a really popular guy. He is very well known with the ladies, that sort of like situation. But yeah, these two start to like make like a bit of an unlikely friendship, and it sort of like develops from there. Hayakawa Hayakawa. God, I'm butchering his name so much, I'm sorry. He used to be like really into music, but unfortunately like he stopped like playing the piano and stuff, which is actually like kind of sad, like his reasoning behind that and like his background story. But yeah, this was a really good like BL, like a really strong volume, so I'm really excited to get the final volume. I think this was pushed back a little bit, but it's finally here. But yeah, I highly recommend this if you're looking for like, you know, not a huge commitment, something that's like quite dramatic, BL, then go ahead and pick this one up. And then next, moving on to Sublime, we have Love Nest Second Volume 1. I have been like waiting for this because I really enjoyed Love Nest. So this is part of Sayonara Game It Goes First, which is one shot, and then Change World, which is 2 volumes, and then we go on to Love Nest, which is 2 volumes, and then we're going on to Love Nest Second, which is 2 volumes. And then once this is done, we're going to get Engaged, which comes out next year, which I am really, really excited about. Sayonara Game and Change World, to me, was kind of like, it was fine, I guess. Nothing like earth-shattering changing. Whereas when the author got onto Love Nest, like, they really ramped up their storytelling, their, like, character development, their, like, backgrounds and all that sort of stuff. Like, they really elevated their work. And I loved it. It's a more mature guy and a like mid-20s guy. They basically get thrown into a situation where they become roommates. Things start to happen and they become a couple. That happens in like Love Nest. So in Love Nest Second, we see these two like now living together. New obstacles are coming up, new challenges for the couple, so we get to see that in this. I really, really recommend this one. Like, you don't have to have read a Sayonara Game or Change World. Like, you get a bit of a like character background like in the beginning of these books, like who people are, but you don't need to read these to read Love Nest. And I honestly like recommend Love Nest over Sayonara Game and Change World, but I'm excited that it's finally here. And then we have Megami and Tsugumi of Volume 4. It's all happening in this. Like, it's we see a little fight between Megami and Tsugumi. This is an Omegaverse BL, but I really like it. It's one of the better like Omegaverse stories, I think. But yeah, so we sort of like see the aftermath of like the drama that happened in the last volume. We see a rift happen between Megami and Tsugumi. It's all kicking off, guys, in this, but I love this story as well. And then moving on to Tokyo Pop, we have Asan Idol Volume 7. I'm missing a couple of volumes, I haven't caught up on this, but this is an idol manga, if that's your thing. And it is a teen as well, so it's 13 plus. So yeah, this is an idol manga, like I say, just not caught up with that. And this is only just hit as well. I think this was like slightly delayed as well. And then also from Tokyo Pop, well, the Love line, we have Bergmont and Sunny Day. This is so cute. This is just a one shot. I really enjoyed this. This is an age gap. One of the characters being in here being an older guy, mid-40s I think it said. So this is based around a guy who works at a little cafe. And he is very unlucky in love. Like, he cannot get past like a couple of months with someone before getting a dump because he's told that he's too clingy, he's too much, that sort of thing. So he goes through like a lot of heartbreak, and his manager, quite unprofessional, like often asks him out on a date, but of course this guy thinks he's just like messing with him because he's so like unlucky in love. So obviously he shoots him down, but after one particular heartbreak, his manager, well, the owner of the cafe, is comforting them, and that sort of like takes on the relationship sort of like to get things moving. I really did enjoy this. This was like a really nice one shot. It is mature, very mature, but as always Tokyo Pop has their like little warnings and age rating and stuff on the back, which I really appreciate. Then moving on to Square Enix, we have Mr. Villain's Day Off Volume 2. This is such a good, cute read. So this is about the general who is living on planet Earth to try and overtake humanity. You know, he's the big evil guy trying to take over Earth. However, he takes his days off very seriously. Like, he does not do any work. Even when he comes across like the good guys, like he lets them go for the day because it's his day off. And he has an obsession with pandas and cute things, and this is just like little like events and stuff that happen on his days off, what he gets up to, the cuteness, little interactions. There's a story about a cherry tree in here which is actually like kind of sad, that I wasn't expecting, but this is such a like nice relaxing read if you want like just a little like pick me up. And then Square Enix again, we have Tokyo Aliens. This cover kind of throws me off, that the writing and everything is upside down, but this is like the right way up. Like, I had to look at it a few times, like, is this like a dodgy copy or whatever? But I really like this series. A lot of action. We sort of like get a bit of like a background on what's his name, the Reiji, the like a boss. We get a bit of like a background, and we like start to see like a bit of like why he is the way that he is. This is a really great like aliens living among us manga. Lots of action. Really like this. And this is about Akira, who is trying to find out like what happened to his dad, who was like killed in the line of duty while working for this organization that basically keeps the aliens on Earth in check. And he's sort of like following in his footsteps. Like really great action, and yeah, I really like this series. Then we have from Dark Horse, we have Hellsing Volume 1. So this is finally being reprinted by Dark Horse. The original paperbacks have been out of print for like God knows how long now, and then they came out with really nice big omnibuses, the big red books. There's 3 of those. So they finally like did the paperback versions again, which is using the translations and stuff from the big omnibuses, so it's kind of like a bit updated and everything. So if you didn't fancy having the omnibuses, or you wanted like paperbacks, then now's your chance. They are starting to come out. This one came out a little bit early as well. And then we have one that I have been so excited for, like for a long while now. I have been screaming and shouting saying that I want this to like get licensed in English, and it finally got announced, and I have been like eagerly awaiting for its arrival. It's finally here, and that is the Omnibus of Innocent Volume 1. I like was so freaking excited when this got announced. Like, I saw the like this artwork like ages and ages ago, and I was like, what is that? Like, why is there not an English release of this? Because it is stunning, and it really is. If you picked up the Midnight Children, the Dracula license from the same creator from Viz Media that was released a little while ago, like, you'll know what I mean. Like, the artwork is freaking gorgeous. Like, some of my like hands down favorite. Unbelievable. Like, every time I see anything like from this creator, I'm just like seriously like gobsmacked. Like, it's the amount of like, I know I'm recording for a potato, I'm sorry, but the amount of detail that this like the Sakamoto like puts into like their work, like, it's unreal to me. Like, it's so like delicately, but like delicately like confidently done, like, and it's so detailed. So this is about like the French Revolution, and like about this family who is like the executioner family that behead everyone like in France. It's a really great story, like very interesting, and it's about the son of the like main executioner, who is basically told he is going to be the next executioner of France, like basically whether he likes it or not. Like you'll either die or you'll do it, sort of thing. And of course this 14-year-old guy is like, I don't want to kill people, like I don't want to do that. So this is a 3-in-1. It's really chunky. It kind of looks like just like a novel to me, like when you first see it. But yeah, so it's a 3-in-1. It is completed, so we'll get 3 of these, so 3 3-in-1s. Yeah, I'm sure it's 3 3-in-1s, and then hopefully once this is like almost finished, hopefully they'll announce Innocent Rouge as well, which is like the sequel, and I believe that if they follow on with the 3-in-1s, that that'll be 4 omnibuses, because it was 12 volumes in Japan. But yeah, honestly, like even if like the story doesn't sound like your kind of thing, like please just pick it up for like the artwork. It's unbelievable. And then hopefully, like they've said that if this does do well, then they'll be looking to license the Climbers, which is also from the same author, which I think is 17 volumes, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I want all the work from this creator, like I love it so much. So there's random sort of like 1 and 2 volumes from publishers. Next we'll move on to Kodansha Vertical. And the first one we have is Virgin Love. I love it when they do these covers. It's kind of like a textured matte, and it's like so nice to have in your hands. Like I'm all about textures. So this is about what's her name, Shoko. So she is very well liked. She's very like successful in her like world and everything, except for in love. She has no luck with that. And everyone, like from when she was like younger, has always said like, oh, you're very reliable, all that sort of stuff. So she's kind of like just turned into like what everyone is saying about her, and like how she's been like successful and like she's hardworking and all that sort of stuff. That she hasn't really like ever come into contact with people that she like wants to date. So she starts like obviously like, you know, she's getting to a point now where like people around her getting married, having babies, and she's getting pressured a little bit like, why aren't you dating anyone? But she doesn't like know how to, like she doesn't know how to like put herself out there. And then she gets shown this like advertisement to go into basically this house with a bunch of other singles to find love, and she's got to stay there for a year with these other random people. The way that this volume ended, I don't think that's the way that it's gonna like carry on. I'm just gonna say that. But I did really enjoy this this volume. I'm intrigued to see where it's gonna go, what's gonna happen, like the dramas that are gonna happen. Yeah, really like fascinating series to read. So next we have like one of my like favorite reads this month, like, and it's a new series that I really enjoyed, and that is Origin 1. So I love the artwork on this. I feel like as I'm going on in like my collecting journey, like I've always obviously like loved the artwork and stuff in like mangas, but like I feel like even more so like I'm trying to find like more unique like art styles, and like the art styles that I really love. And this is incredible artwork. Like I really like the story as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. And this is, god, there's some absolute dick outside like beeping the horn. Do they not know I'm trying to like do my manga video? So this is the same artist as Dr. Stone, and seeing this has made me like want to go up and pick up Dr. Stone even more, because Like I watched some of the anime, like I'm making my way through the Doctor Stone anime, and like I've really enjoyed it, but I wanted to see whether like I would enjoy it enough to pick up the manga. And like seeing this artwork, I'm sold. Like I think I'm gonna like do it. But yeah, so it's the same artist as that, and it's his like story. But yeah, like I say, the artwork I really liked. Like it's very detailed. There is a bit of like fan service type situations, like a couple of upskirts and stuff like that. You know, very curvy ladies in this as well. But God, I love the artwork so much. Like as I was reading it, like I was just like, oh my god, I love it. But anyway, so this is in a world, well, this is in Tokyo, where things are not very like safe for people. Like there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of like disastrous things that are happening. And in this universe there are these robots that like blend in as humans, and there's been quite a few like murders and stuff that have been happening that have obviously like shaken people. So yeah, this is about Origin, who we see on the cover here, who is trying to obviously get to the bottom of these murders by these robots. But yeah, the story was really good. I enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to like the next volumes. I think you can pre-order up to volume 5. I'm not entirely sure how many this is going to be. I think it's probably an ongoing series. But yeah, I really like this. Like I say, the artwork was phenomenal as well, so definitely go ahead and pick this up. Next we have a fun read. We have Ogami-san, Can't Keep It In. This is a funny read. There's a couple of panels in here that sort of like I was not expecting to happen, that like made me giggle. So this is about Ogami-san, and all she thinks about is pee-pees and things that she thinks she shouldn't be thinking about. It's all like she's basically got her mind in the gutter 24/7, and she's very like conscious of this because she thinks like that is not normal. Like the things that I think of is not normal. So she tries to like keep herself to herself until she meets this other guy with a very interesting effect that he has on people. Very funny, like a comedy series that I highly recommend if you want something to just make you chuckle. And yeah, Ogami-san is not as like weird as what she thinks she is, but this is a very fun read. Next we have Hitorojimi My Hero Volume 14. This has been like pushed back like quite a while. Like I feel like it's been forever since we've had a volume of this. They are coming out with a box set as well. If you're not aware and you want to start collecting this, there is going to be like a box set coming out of like a few volumes. This is an age gap BL, where it's like a student teacher type situation. Sounding like people, like not everyone will like appreciate that. I like this series. Like it's a good series. I like a series that you can really get like stuck into. That's like a long ongoing series. I'd like to have a few of those in my collection as well. But yeah, so we finally have volume 14. Next, one of my favourite ongoing series, we have One Dance Volume 7. So we see the aftermath of the end of the dance battles and the competition that's happening. Oh God, I love like the character development and stuff like this, but with the preview of Volume 8 that's in the back of this, I feel like that there's going to be a bit of pain coming up. We get to see Wanda's like a bit of her background, which is actually quite interesting to see, sort of like a little bit like where she came from, and her like mindset and things. Yeah, I love this series. If you are into like more expressive like manga, like arts manga, this one is based around like hip-hop, street dancing, house dancing, that sort of thing. but it's a fantastic series for like seeing characters grow, develop, and like relationships happening, and people like just evolving, and like it's not all just like ups, you know, in Cloud9 and stuff. There are definite downs to this like series that happen in this series, but like I love this so freaking much. Like I highly recommend it. Yeah, I can't get enough of this series. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. So we are moving on to the final stack of new releases from 7 Seas, which just happens to be the biggest stack. So first off, this one just hit my doorstep today. I've not even unwrapped it yet, and that is Killing Stalking Volume 5. You know, it's all going south in this story. This is a very intense, dramatic, toxic, not for everyone, like list of trigger warnings as long as your arm sort of thing, like series. But if you do want something dramatic with that BL that is argued that it's not a BL, it is a BL, it isn't a BL, make up for yourselves, guys. I think we're at that sort of like point. But yeah, so Volume 5 has just come out. Then we have a one shot, which is Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom. Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom. This was kind of like just a bit of a spontaneous like pre-order that I did. So this is basically about 2 kingdoms that are at war with each other, and a god comes down and is basically like, you are going to settle this by marrying your most beautiful princess to the smartest man. But the 2 kingdoms, they were like trying to obviously get out of it, so instead of sending the like people, they send animals instead. But the 2 people that are destined to, that are told that this going to be marrying each other, they decide to meet up anyway, because they think if we try and pretend that we're in love at least, then maybe that will stop the wars happening between the 2 kingdoms. They say pretend, but will they actually fall in love? I haven't finished reading this one yet, so I couldn't tell you. I started reading this one. The characters do seem a little bit goofy, but we'll sort of like see how it is as we go on. Like I say, it's just a one shot. And then we have, finally, we have Volume 15 and 16 of Tokyo Revengers is finally here. I've been going through like a little bit of an obsession like phase with Tokyo Revengers. Like I finally watched the anime but stopped, because season 3 is currently like being aired. But I like stopped to where we are at the manga, because I don't want to like spoil the manga. But this is where we see Takemichi go back to the future to see what's happening, and we are going to be entering the like biggest arc in the manga is going to be happening in this volume. Still freaking love this series like so much, like obsessed. Like I say, and like when I saw the, because I wasn't going to watch the anime until like I'd read the full thing, like the full series in the manga, but I just couldn't help myself. Like I needed to consume more of Tokyo Revengers. Great series. Pick this up if you like the Delinquent manga, and it has that fantastic like time skip twist to it. Like I love this so much. Next, another one that I freaking love. Finally, we have another like BL webtoon that I am like just so excited for, and that is The Dangerous Convenience Store. I love this series so much. Like you can read it on Lesson if you don't want to wait for the physicals. So this is about this guy who works in a convenience store part-time, but this convenience store is often frequented by like gangsters and people that you don't want to mess with. And he ends up meeting a very particular gangster who they become close with. I freaking love this like so much. This is such a good like BL. We finally have like a physical for it, which is so exciting. And then one they got another BL, they got licensed to like I don't think anyone was like expecting, like everyone was like hoping that it would get licensed in English, but no one was like actually like expecting it to happen, and that is Iliad. So there's two versions of this. There's a paperback version, which is more audience friendly, and then there's the hardback, which is the mature version. Of course, I got the mature version. So this is a Egyptian BL. There is a lot of trigger warnings with this, and I do want to point out that it is incest is like involved in this, which I know is like a massive no-no for people like in their like reading, which is understandable. It is like toxic, not for the faint heart, but like I say, it's a really like good series. You can read it on Tappy Tune. That's where it's currently like being published like digitally, if you don't want to wait for the physicals. So I am super excited that this is like finally here. Like it feels like so surreal that they licensed this. Like it was not expecting this. So this is, like I say, it is based around Egyptian gods, like Horus, Cyrus, Isis, Anubis, like the sun god Ra, all of those. And yeah, this is where Seth, who is the basically the god of war and destruction, he has overthrown the current god, who was like the god of Egypt. And he is basically ensuring that people don't have a good time. So this is where the gods are trying to get together, rally together to overthrow Seth off the throne. But yeah, super excited that this is here, and like it's very interesting. Like it adds something like different to like collection in the BL, like to have like an Egyptian based BL. And then we have a new GL series, and that is Sheep Princess in Wolf's Clothing. This is actually like super cute. I really enjoyed this actually. So this is about a world where this like family of like sheep, they're very high up. They have like wolf attendants and like butlers, and this is about one of the wolf attendants and the sheep princess getting close. Like I say, this is actually like super cute and really enjoyable read. Like I say, these two are adorable together. So yeah, if you want a cutesy GL that is like a beast folk, then I actually really recommend this one. This is cute. Then from the Steamship imprint, we have a new license as well, and that is Revenge Mrs. Wrong. I don't know how to feel about the characters in this. Like, I enjoyed this volume, but like the characters are messed up. So this is about twins. One of them is like very fashionable, good looking, gets all the guys, that sort of thing, and then the other one is a bit of a plain Jane. He like just works hard. She hasn't really like had a relationship, that sort of like thing. And then one day the like popular twin, she is like going off on holiday or whatever, and she's like, go meet up with like my fiance, like supposed to be meeting him, dress up as me, like you'll be able to pull it off, like it's to sort out our wedding, like you just go do it, I'm gonna go off on holiday with my boyfriend. So plain Jane, she's sort of like, oh what the hell, I'm sick of like doing this stuff and like pretending to be you. So she goes along and she gets like quite excited about like this wedding prep, and she like meets the husband to be. She gets on really well with him. Things start to happen between them, because obviously the husband thinks that the twin is his twin, and he doesn't even know that she has a twin. So plain Jane sort of like basically falls head over heels for this guy, and starts to put in place like ways to basically make him hers. Yeah, it is kind of like messed up. So obviously, like, these twins are at war with each other over this guy. And Plain Jane's kind of like, you have your boyfriends and all these other people that you're sleeping with, like, what's one guy, like, just let him go, like, let me have him. But yes, I don't know how to feel about these characters, because one minute you're like, oh yeah, go you, and then the next minute, like, no, actually you're a dick. So yeah, it's I don't know how this is gonna like progress, and like how I'm gonna feel about these characters. And then next we have My Cat Is Such a Weirdo, which is just like little like snippets of cats being cats. But I do like the fact that in this we get actual like cat pictures as well, which is super freaking adorable. Like, it's so cute. But yeah, this is kind of like Nights with the Cat. What's the other one? Like just little, like, you can see like little panels of cats, like I say, doing cat things and being little weirdos. So if you want like a little pick-me-up, if you're into like cat manga and stuff, then go ahead and pick this up. Like I say, it's so cute that we actually got like actual cat pictures and like little notes and stuff about them. But yes, that came out this month. Adorable. And then we have a novel. So we have volume 8, which is the final volume of Heaven Official's Blessing, my absolute favourite novel of all time. I love this creator's work. That wraps up the 3 novels that she's done. So you can now get them all. You can get a special edition of this, as you did with Scum Villain and Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. So it comes with like a little notepad, you get a couple of posters, stickers, and like a little like cardboard like standee thing. But yeah, I can't believe like we actually have like the physicals of this. Like, I read this like quite a long time ago, so like it's been closed in my heart for like a while now, and I can't believe like this is it. So we get the 5 extra stories as well in the back, to obviously keep the story going a little bit longer. But I love these guys so much. If you like Donmays at all, if you've been enjoying them, then this should be like high up on your priority list to go ahead and get. Like, I know it's a long one, but it's so worth it. This is like the best BL love story like ever. But yeah, that's it. It's over. It's done. Then we have Delinquent Daddy and Tender Teacher. Freaking adorable BL. So this is about a teacher who has a young boy student, and it turns out that the dad is actually someone he used to know from school. So in the first volume we saw them like reconnect, and their relationship sort of like blossom, and them to come together. And then in this one we obviously see them now as a like established couple. They're officially dating, and yeah, it's freaking adorable. If you liked things like our dining room, dining table, our dining table, if you like things like that, then you will really love this series. It is there is some like explicit scenes in this as well, but yeah, freaking adorable. And then we have a volume, what volume is this? Volume 6 of Crossplay Love Otaku X Punk. So this is a very funny like rom-com, like BL. I really like this. This is where the sort of like, I guess kind of like emo guy, the little like outcast guy from school, he actually dresses up to work at a maid cafe, and his like alter ego is Hannah. And this delinquent guy sees Hannah in the maid cafe, but he doesn't feel comfortable going in dressed as a guy, so he also dresses up as a girl, goes in, and they become friends. They have a crush on each other, and they have no idea that you know, who each other is, and actually they do run into each other in when they're dressed as guys as well. But yeah, it's very amusing. I kind of feel like maybe we're getting to a point where they're gonna like discover, or one of them's gonna discover the identity of the other, which I can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait for that to go down. But yeah, this is a really fun read. Then we have a new series just in time for Christmas, and that is a Black Knight Parade of Volume 1. I really liked this one. So this is about, what's his name, Hino, who he basically like works part-time at this convenience store. Like, he hasn't been able to find a full-time job, like things aren't going very well for him. He's getting like pressure from his like mom to like obviously, you know, become a full-fledged adult, which why would you want to? So he's working in this convenience store. His manager's a dick, his co-worker is a dick, so he ends up working like Christmas Eve, and his co-worker basically like tells him like this is gonna be his last Christmas, he's gonna be working there because he's got a full-time job elsewhere. So he knows kind of like, he's kind of excited that they won't have to work with this like idiot anymore, but then he's also like jealous that like he's somehow managed to get like a full-time job and stuff. So then getting rid of the like expired food and stuff, and he knows like, I shall like buy this cake, we can have this cake. Basically his boss finds out and thinks that he's stealing, so he gets scolded for it, so he's chucking this stuff out and he's like, sod it, I'm gonna take this cake anyway. He finds this little like stall, and he's like, oh, I need a drink, so he goes and has a drink, gets absolutely annihilated. And he comes across this very interesting guy dressed in all black. So it turns out that that is Santa. He is naughty Santa. So his job is to basically make sure that the naughty kids get their lumps of coals and like entrails. So he's in charge of the naughty list, which is like quite a like interesting like story, I think. Like a very interesting concept. So you get regular Santa, who's for the nice kids, and then you get this Santa that's dressed in all black for the naughty kids. So it's about that. There's a very big thing that's happening in this world regarding Santas. Yeah, it was a very, very interesting read, and there's a very like interesting twist, like a couple of twists that like are in this volume that like, yeah, I can't wait to read more of this. And I believe this is the same creator as Saint Youngman. Yeah, Saint Youngman, which is actually like another series that I wouldn't mind reading actually. But yeah, I really enjoyed the series. Then we have this series. We have The Great Snake's Bride Volume 2. This is about a lady who's like the outcast of this village, and she basically is the sacrificial lamb to go and get married off to the great snake god that protects the mountain. But he's just a big snake, he's just a big guy. So she basically gets married to him. Now what tends to happen in these like series where it's like revolving around a deity or a god, where they, you know, someone gets sold off to them, is that they tend to have a human form. This guy does not have a human form, and these do like what married people do, and it's a bit like, what am I reading? If I'm being honest, like it's a bit like, okay. But actually like their relationship is actually like super sweet. The end of this volume like is leads you to believe like in the next volume like some like very dramatic, possibly not nice stuff is gonna happen, which actually like throughout this volume you do start to fall in love with these two, and you do start to like root for them, and you're like, oh, I want them to be happy, like they're so cute together, even if it is a giant snake and a lady. But yeah, you do start to root for them, and they are right super sweet, but we do see like the introduction of a character who could quite possibly like turn the tables, and like they could start going like down not a very pleasant road. But yeah, it's an interesting read, guys. Then we have No Longer Allowed in Another World, Volume 4. I love this. It's an isekai series about a novelist who just wants to die. He had like a suicide pact with his girlfriend, but instead of dying, he actually got isekai'd to another world where they have heroes. They're trying to take down like these villains, and they get like special abilities. So we see like the introduction of some other characters. We get some background on like I can't remember what his name is, but there's like a little lad that's joined them. We get some lore on him, a bit of backstory for him, which is quite interesting. But I love this novelist. Is like, he's so funny. Like, he's very obviously moody and he still just wants to die. But the way he goes about things is like really funny, and he shocks a lot of people with like his attitude and just like his hope that someone's gonna like bring him harm. But yeah, I really like this series. And then finally, the last one, guys, we've made it, is Anti-Romance. This got pushed back like a whole year. Yeah, it got pushed back like quite a lot. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. This is a friends to like long-term friends who are living together to lovers type situation. I haven't read this yet because it's like just hit the doormat. But this is just a 2-volume series. Like I said, there's a very big like break between volume 1 coming out and this one coming out as well. It just kept getting pushed back. It is a mature BL, same creator as Blue Morning, if you got that from Sublime. But yeah, very big break. But yeah, like I say, long-term friends living together already to lovers. And that's it, guys. We've made it through the brand new releases. So next we're going to go on to the other things that I picked up in the month of January. It's not a lot. We'll just like go through them. It's just a handful of stuff. So if you've been watching my new if you've been watching my manga haul videos, you know that I do an out of print BL order as well each month. So we have all of these are from June actually, and DMP. But yeah, and these are just like all one shots. So we have Same Difference, we have Love Makes Everything Right, Mr. Convenience, Dost Thou Know, which is from DMP June, Exotic and Delicious Fate. I love that in the large print that they did the like yaoi manga like a little border thing. I kind of wish that they did that for like all of the larger ones rather than like the dust jackets. And then finally Ninth Sleep as well. So that's basically everything else that I picked up, guys, in the month of January. As you saw, there's a lot of like new releases that happened this month, so the budget for like other stuff was not really there. But yeah, that's everything that I picked up in the month of January. I really hope that you guys enjoy these manga videos. Congratulations if you stuck all this way to the end. I know I've like rambled on a lot. I apologize, I always do. But yeah, so if you did enjoy this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help out the channel. Like, it would help YouTube to know to push these videos out so we can reach more people. I would really appreciate it, guys, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.